Hello everyone and welcome back to Higurashi no Nakakoro ni, or Higurashi When They Cry Onikakushi. I guess I'd been lying if I say I didn't get any sleep. I tried to stay awake up all night, but there were definitely gaps in my memory. Guess I kept nodding off and jerking awake in a panic all night. Spent all night hugging the metal bat at the top of the futon used to barricade my door. Waiting, watching, just in case someone tried to break in through my window. At this spot, someone would break through the door, send the futon flying, and attack me. And if someone stopped watching in the window, someone would break through the glass and attack me. Telling myself I was being paranoid, but I couldn't sleep. Thought of being so vulnerable scared to the daylights out of me. If sleep meant taking that risk, I didn't need it. So much better to stay awake. At some point during the endless cycle of nodding off and jolting awake, light began to shine from outside. That was it. It wasn't much of a morning, as it was just the sun simply having risen. I snuck a peek out the curtains. Raina was gone. Couldn't see her anywhere, no matter how hard I looked. Finally, I could breathe a deep sigh of relief. The night was finally over. I've been lying to say I wasn't tired, but I didn't feel like sleeping at that moment. I still had time. I needed to make my own breakfast, so I better get started soon. Skipping school was also an option. With my mom gone, it'd be easy to play hooky. Honestly, I debated it. The risk involved in leaving my house was incalculable. So staying holed up in here was probably my safest option. But staying here wouldn't solve anything. I wish someone help me with that cold and hard evidence. Neither he nor my parents. So unless I found out some sort of proof, these relentless nights would never end. I stretched out my body to my health, tilted back, closed my eyes just like I did every morning. I regulate my breathing and regain my senses. Calm down, Yashiroreaper. Let's go to school. Let's wait until they set their trap for me. But that didn't mean I was going to twiddle my thumbs. I needed to avoid that trap and secure irrefutable evidence. Take note of the place of any car that drives. If you see someone suspicious, check their clothes and faces. I wasn't just protecting myself, I'm preparing myself to turn their attack against them and retaliate. The tension was similar to when two samurai were both aiming to slay each other with a single motion as they drew their katanas. I was not at a disadvantage. I would have a chance to retaliate. I finally felt a bit of courage growing in my chest. All right, let's go to school. I tightened my grip on Satoshi's bat. He was the only partner I could count on. Satoshi, please lend me your strength, and entrust your dying regrets to me, since you're probably murdered. I'll make sure I dispel them. With renewed resolve, I checked the clock. It was still early. Of course, I was going to school by myself, but I didn't want to run into it right on me and I needed to leave now. The shattered fragments of the covers strewn about the entryway. Right, I meant to clean that up last night, but never got around to it with the phone call and everything. My parents came back and saw this while school. I would never hear the end of it. Still, I'd be wasting time if I cleaned up right now, considering what happened if I ran into Raina on my own. It wouldn't be too late to clean up after I got back home. Making extra certain the doors were locked, I left the house. My uniform was still covered in mud from yesterday, so I left it in the washer. Today I was going in my school track suit, but wearing a different outfit this morning, my mind was forced to accept that today was different from yesterday. I had a hunch. Today might be the day I get killed. Keep your guard up, Yashiroreaper. The only things who get to decide if today is my last day is me. I spent the morning practicing my swing like my natural routine. After a while, Raina arrived at school. Our eyes met, but we said nothing. Raina said nothing about last night, as if it never happened. I could see those events were real, the wounds carved into her fingers. It hurt her telling Satoko and the others to bandage it from hurting herself in the kitchen. But that wasn't like it bothered me. The details of Oishi's chair from Rana's incident for her transfer played vividly in my mind. Now I knew about it. I couldn't even dream Rana was a cute, ideal girl. Keiichi-kun, I see you're still aiming for the nationals. It was Mion. I'd already sensed her approaching, so I wasn't that surprised. Oh, Mion, if you understand, then leave me alone. I'm busy practicing. I gave her a curt reply without my usual jokes. Then I gave the bat an even larger swing, tactically keeping Mion from getting any closer. Hey, Keiichi-kun, take it easy. I think Mion got the message, but she still urged me to give it a rest. Our room's not too far off, is it? Just let me finish practicing. I swung the bat even harder as a sign of refusal. Kei-chan, when did you get into baseball? Just recently. Recently? You mean yesterday? Don't ask if you already know. Oh dear. That's unsportsmanlike reply. You're distracting me. Go away. Mion and kept swinging. Normally she'd get mad or bored or leave if someone gave her the cold shoulder like this. Mion just stood there waiting patiently for me to stop swinging. I didn't sense any hostility. You can tell I have a speech disorder when I play this game. But we were at school in plain view. I doubt she'd suddenly attack me here. Or was it too naive? Still, I'm starting to get tired. It wouldn't be too bad to take a break and hear her out. You need me or something, right? What do you need? What do you want? Slipped poured from me as I stopped swinging. I noticed my shoulders were heaving, and as I breathed, I cursed my lack of exercise. At this rate, I might not be able to move as needed when the time came. I should probably keep practicing my swings to build up my stamina, in addition to the excuse for carrying the bat around with me. Well, isn't nothing important. If you're tired, ask again later. Oh, it's fine. Now it's fine. Only dealing with you right now because I judge the situation to be safe. Talking to you alone, away from the others, that's out of the question. Well, Naomi was uncharacteristically trying to choose her words. Unlike Oishi-san, it didn't look like she was going to talk about something I'd rather not hear. I was puzzled. I figured out the right thing to say, but then she gave a hearty laugh to break herself out of that mirror. This old man's just got no game for this stuff. Having a poor vocabulary hurts. What's this all of a sudden? If you have something to say, just say it. Stop. Stop that swinging. She cut straight to the point. Her request was frank. I didn't understand it for a moment. I already stopped swinging to listen to her, hadn't I? I just stopped, didn't I? That's not what I meant. I want today to be the last day you swing that bat. I'm sorry. I understood what she was asking for. What's wrong with me swinging a bat? Why? None of your business, isn't it? I'm not bothering anyone, am I? You are. Neil said it flat out. This doesn't make any sense. That was really irritating. When did I bother anybody? Neil was at a loss for words, but she actually made up her mind and spoke. So she stuttered as she said it. Because, Kei-chan, that's someone else's bat. You shouldn't borrow it without permission. It was not found by a student who transferred out, right? Just borrowing it until he comes back for it. Yeah, he transferred. And grew uncharacteristically flustered. That made it all too clear that this transfer was a lie. It's strange, isn't it, for the older brother to transfer by himself? Why his little sister stayed behind? I couldn't hide a reaction as my words shook her up. Kei-chan, you knew? Satoshi Hojo. Yoko's older brother, right? The one in Demon Away last year. Nailed to respond to that meow and fell silent. Raina asked the same thing. Why did you start swinging that bat? He told me Satoshi did the same thing, practicing his swings right before he went missing. So, is this some kind of omen for Oishi-sama's curse? Shh! Panted and looked around. Please, Keiichi-kun, don't mention Oishi-sama so recklessly. I don't believe in him, but the others very much do. Reina especially. Dangerously so? Anyway, you're scaring everyone. If you're just fooling around, then stop it. You have to stop acting like Satoshi. Am I the one who was scared? Why do I have to thank for taking up this bat in the first place? It's unsettling knowing we were overlapping with Satoshi. It'd be one thing if someone suggested it, but I thought I was making my own decisions. I'll say this now. I don't know anything about Satoshi. After all, you didn't tell me anything about him. We didn't mean to hide it. You're hiding the incidents that happened every year, weren't you? That's because we didn't want to, you didn't want to scare me? That's your reason for leaving me out? No, we didn't want to. I asked you directly. Something happened at the dam, didn't I? You told me nothing happened. Someone was dismembered and murdered. You lied to me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to lie to you. Friends don't hide things from each other, right? Isn't that right? Then you're all aren't my friends. Kei-chan, She looked helpless and flustered. Was I imagining the tears in her eyes? I never could imagine Mion acting like this. Oh, by the way, those get well mochi you had the other day? They were good. I thought I was gonna bleed. Who did it? You? Arena. Me, she admitted it so easily. And help us describe how easy that was. You could have killed me. How could you do that if you were my friend? But it was just a little prank. I won't give a rest when I was so confused and causing even more anger to swell up inside me. I think that was a prank? I called her and lifted her up. That was the same as putting Tabasco sauce on my mochi. That was a needle, a sewing needle. I swallowed that and lodged in my throat. What did she think would happen? Face froze, her body rattled in fear. This wasn't the Mion Sonozaki I knew anymore. Anyways, you're not my friend. There's nothing for me to listen to if someone is not my friend. Just leave me for a while. Got it? No one's one of prying anymore. It won't be easy to erase me, you know. Thoughts have been on to you from the start. So don't even think you can make me disappear like you did Satoshi. I said clearly. This was my declaration of war. I think you guys are suspects from the previous incidents, too. I also know you spent a lot of time with the cops ever since the anti-dam movement. I don't think you can hide from me. Got that? How? How did you know? I was dumbstruck and looked on her face. Then I heard the principal ringing for school. This time for morning homeroom. Let's go. The class representative needs to be there, right? The first time I realized Mio was sobbing as tears ran down her cheeks. You're so mean, Kei-chan. Mio, me. I tried to console her, but I shut my mouth. I had no need to feel guilty. I'm going. Don't be late for homeroom. Mio was still shaking. I turned my head for the entrance. I had no idea how troubling it was to make a girl cry. Behind my back, I could hear her muttering. It was a faint muttering, but as she was speaking to herself. So that's how it is. Huh. She wasn't saying it to anyone. It was Mion talking to herself. It was a sobbing voice, a kind of cursing tone, and inadvertently stopped, turns back towards her. So it was that bastard. He leaked it all to Kei-chan. Balled up her fists as her tears continued to rain down. Stared at the spot at the ground with a terrifying yet smiling face, cursing. Shuddering down my spine from the demonic expression. Transformation. Mion's transformation was different from Reina's. I should have killed him back then. If got mercy, I showed him, just because he was going to retire this year. Retiring this year? She's talking about Oishi-san? Damn it. Damn it. Going to kill that man. Ah! The air was just begun distorting. Mion at the center of the world began to twist and spiral, bending, whirling. The best thing I'd known, no experience such a visage. Rise! Attention! Young gave an excuse for her red eyes because something was wrong with her contacts. After that, neither Reina or Mion spoke to me for the rest of the day. Neither Saturko or Reina-chan looked me in the eye. Strangely, I didn't feel hurt. Everything had just went back to the way it was. 9 months since I transferred had been too much fun. That was all. The school was supposed to be something like this to begin with. I should have liked that feeling, but today it felt oddly refreshing. The bell rung, sounding the end of the morning school day. It felt so tense yet so dull. Since I went unpleasant, they asked me to join the club activities. Promptly started preparing to go home without even looking at them. I slipped the contents of my desk into my bag, wrapped my hand around Satoshi's familiar bat, and began to head towards the entrance. I was assailed by both the exhausting relief nothing happening today and the tiring possibility of the same thing repeating tomorrow. But deep down inside me, far beneath the recesses of my heart, achingly, I knew this would be the last day of this cycle. I couldn't tell how the ending would be, whether it be an ending I wished it to end, or would it be the end I hoped it wouldn't. Regardless of my current state, there was something more important that things would end, something I want to know. Why did I have to be killed? How did it come to this? Why? For what purpose? Sunlight was relentless. The sun and the heat, even the air, they wouldn't give me my answers. Or could it be that the cries of the Higurashi were desperately trying to tell me something? Somewhere mixed in with their shrieks, Tomitaki-san and Toshi were probably trying to tell me something. I simply haven't been able to realize it yet. Why do I realize it? I wonder what it'd be a Higurashi fruitlessly crying to the next victim. Glancing at my feet, I saw Higurashi black spasming weakly. Boo, boo, boo. It was so much a summer yet this one was already chirping its last song. I couldn't help but saying, no matter how hard I listened, but I had to try. I had to try to listen to what it was desperately trying to tell me. That moment, the shrills of the Higurashi ceased all at once, that they'd huddled together, fearing the person who brought them. This dreadful fate arrived. There's no mistaking it. A presence was approaching. The sound of footsteps was almost non-existent. Higurashi hadn't warned me by their ending chirping. I wouldn't have noticed. My exhaustion left me in a heartbeat. In its place was a rush of adrenaline that sharpened all my senses. I was just barely able to hold back that creeping, suffocating feeling of horror. It wasn't something I could hold back for long, but at this moment I needed to be ready, as sharp, and retain my composure. Bleh. I wasn't going to shout out like I did yesterday. I hid myself calmly among the trees, waiting for my pursuer's shadow. I could get them to pass me, but no, since I was able to hear their footsteps, they were probably also hear mine. They would have better been told. I hid myself and was holding my breath. The presence healing me. Was it Reina just like yesterday? What was Reina? I wouldn't hold back. You'd just yell at her and make her go ahead like yesterday. If it wasn't Reina, it would depend on how they acted, I guess. But since I made it closer, I swallowed, waving my clammy hands on my readjusted my grip on the bat. I could tell the fear that I'd beaten back once was now waiting for another opening to come at me. Who could it be? I peeked out from behind the tree at the person following me. My imagination let me up straight. Well, it was a bit of relief in realizing someone I knew. The feeling left me in an instant. I was in the same rain as I knew. Her eyes were dark and lifeless. Her mouth appeared as if it was carved into a crescent. Yes, it looked like she was grinning slightly. And in her right hand was an axe. I hid myself behind the tree once again and saw an unbelievable sight. I just saw a saw. What was that just now? The embodiment of terror laid bare. Baseball bat practicing my swing. Time ceased for me carrying a bat. But for that axe? No excuse for that. An axe just like that. Hey, Chicken, are you playing hide and seek, I wonder? My heart was pounding. Hard enough I had trouble breathing. The composure I had been able to hold was now crashing in its place. Cold sweat gushed forth, covering my entire body, letting me know precisely what kind of emotion had taken hold. Not good, not good, not good. I wasn't able to hide myself completely. She already knew I was here. Were you trying to scare me, I wonder? I decided it would be better to reveal myself now. There was still space between us. Not allow Raina to come any closer. I adjusted my grip on the bath and randomly mentally stepped out from behind the tree. I found you, Keiichi-kun. She was pleased that she found me, elated by a mysterious giggle. Her mouth was smiling. Her eyes told me she was displeased by the fact that I had been hiding those eyes. They were just so empty. My hands began to quiver. Ugh, good. Then my stomach, there was some sort of viscous, cold substance began spreading around. It allowed that substance to slip to my bloodstream and definitely freeze all my organs in my body. Not good, not good. I would be devoured by Raina at this rate. Strike back, don't lose. What is it? I blustered, hiding behind my bravado. Raina didn't flinch one bit. Just the same as Keiichi-kun. I'm heading home. Then what's about that axe? Then what about the bat you're holding? I'm practicing my swing. Then I'm treasure hunting. Gave her a flippant explanation as to why such a fearsome weapon. Treasure hunting? Treasure Mountain near the dam site I found a new cute thing. So I need this to dig it out. How could I believe that? You wouldn't believe it, would you? Raina's laugh was honestly very strange. I didn't see Raina's transformations many times before, but one today was completely different. Like her mischievous tone now had a shrewd glint in her eyes. It wasn't something that roundabout. I'm not sure what to say. It's just so obvious. Wait, Keiichi-kun. Raina didn't stop walking, even as she let out an eerie laugh. Whenever Raina got too close, I would turn back towards her, the cycle repeating over and over again. No matter how it looked, I was being chased by Raina and was trying to escape. Don't follow me! I can't do that. My house is this way after all. When I met Raina on this road yesterday, cowering and trembling as she followed my commands, but today was different. I didn't show any hint of trepidation. Actually, it wasn't I the one who was cowering? And on our way home, where Raina and me was the same. That's fine. I just changed my route. That would work out, wouldn't it? I turned off the side street, never knew a little bit about. Raina saw me doing it and followed me while laughing. Why? Why aren't you going home? Then down the whole street you normally do. Why do you follow me in this weird little side road? I was screaming in my head and even spelling out of my mouth. Why are you following me? The tone was already tinged with terror. Because I want to talk to Keiichi-kun. Keiichi-kun wants to talk to Raina too, doesn't he? I don't want to talk to you about anything with you. That's a lie, isn't it? There's something you want to ask me about, isn't there? Not at all. I have nothing to talk to you about. That's a lie, isn't it? It's not a lie. Lies! Raina's scream echoed, setting the nearby into flight. I cringed in fear. The only thing I knew would increase my pace. Let's talk, Keiichi-kun. Talk. Was I running down this unfamiliar, deserted street? Does Keiichi-kun have something he's worried about? Nothing at all. I'm not worried about anything. Lies! Even though I was running, even though Raina was walking, I wasn't getting any farther away. I know. I really don't know. You're scared, aren't you, Keiichi-kun? I'm not scared. I'm not scared of any lies. My breathing grew heavy as I felt my health. We were giving out beneath me. Raina wasn't even breaking a sweat. I'll listen. This time I'll listen. I had no idea what she was talking about exactly or what she wanted to do. This time I'll listen. It'll be different from the time with Satoshi-kun. When she did Satoshi tunes, I turned my back for a moment. Even as I did, Reina was still advancing. Couldn't afford to stop. Satoshi-kun was worried too. It looked like he was having such a hard time, but I didn't listen. I was so sad. Where did this street connect to? All these twists and turns, ups and downs. Hard to believe this was even the direction towards my house. I sensed the direction that Lance's gone out the window. I really regretted it when Satoshi-kun transferred out. I thought that if I had listened, he may not have transferred out. I really regretted that. Okay. We're gonna leave it here. Reina is chasing us like a crazy ass psycho. Because she is. So, yeah. We're gonna leave it here for today, guys. So I gotta say, bye! Hey guys, this was Yashiroreaper, and thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell to be notified and join the notification squad. Also, check out my Teespring and Redbubble shops, links below, with my Tumblr, Tapastic, and Amino app name. Thank you for watching. Hit the Patreon icon to help me continue making cool content for you all. Love you guys, and see you in the next video. Bye!